Welcome to episode 5 of the Theme Park Rundown. Yeah, we're still here. It's Tuesday and this is your weekly dose of what's going on. Now we did tease it last week. I say we teased it last week. We said exactly what we were going to talk about last week. And that is because we are a couple of days from opening of
Six Flags Qiddiya City.
Oh, now how controversial is this theme park?
Fairly.
Yeah, fairly.
There's a lot of people that won't visit.
There are a lot of people that won't visit.
Some of it because of where it's based, not just because of what it is.
Yep.
Some opinions right or wrong, but there's a lot of reasons to go as well.
Right, so I think it's important to point out first, we're not going to cover, nor are we interested in the what's the word? The kind of ethnics behind it.
No.
For this point, we want to have a look at the fact it's a brand new thing.
I think that's meaningless. If you're going to cooperate with it and go. If you're not, then don't
Exactly,
go.
yeah. We will give you our,
country.
we are going to talk about it and obviously give our opinion whether we think people will go and indeed whether or not we will go. But I think initially, the ethnics are the ethnics. Let's look at the fact.
What it is.
We have a brand new theme park opening, and with that theme park comes several record-breaking rides. 5 record-breaking rides.
Yeah.
Some of them are like typical Merlin-style sort of record breakers, but some of them are obviously quite something. Now, have you seen anything on it yet? Like, seen it inside the park yet?
I have a little bit.
Yeah. So
I've seen the odd POV pop up.
No, not
there
POV.
shouldn't be.
No, it's open.
Oh no, but even before that.
Ah, right, yeah. Well,
and I've seen a few videos inside, and it looks stunning.
yeah. So I've watched a couple of people. There's been press invites for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Or last week at least.
I haven't watched too much.
And I've watched it because I'm not that bothered. It's not Disney or Universal to me. I've not, in terms of going there, we'll talk about that. But there was nothing to ruin for me.
Yeah.
And I've seen. It's funny because all the rides are open except one. Don't know if you're aware of that.
No, I'm not.
So it's just the one ride, and it might be the water coaster isn't quite ready, but I think it is open. But the main one ride that isn't open, you can probably guess.
Falcons Flight?
Is Falcons Flight, which is still undergoing testing.
But it seems to be testing fine. I've seen lots of videos.
Well,
and it's making it.
everything else is open. Everything else is
Yeah.
open. So people have ridden Iron Rattler
Yeah.
and
Spitfire
and
Morocco Tower.
Yeah,
I've
people
seen
have read.
that.
Yeah, people have ridden those.
Yeah.
I'm going to start with Iron Rattler, and I'll tell you why, because it's the only one I really like the look of.
Tallest tilt coaster in the world.
Yeah, again, this is a typical Merlin style advertisement. I'm ignoring that.
Yeah.
Now you go through the tilt and you go down and up. Have you seen that turn after that second drop?
I haven't.
Oh my God, that thing just like shoots up in the air, comes down and just twists.
I have not.
And
seen
it
I'll
is
have to have a
going
look after.
at some pace. Now I know obviously the one that Cedar Point got this year was meant to be Energylandia's. And people have said it's a little bit too short, really comfortable I hear. Throughput's a bit ropey for Cedar Point maybe because of the way they
reliability's
operate.
not been too bad.
No, the reliability's been absolutely fine with it. I trust Vekoma with that over some of the others.
Yeah.
So out there, I would probably argue that it's suitable. Now, the tallest aspect is just irrelevant. It's just a little bit bigger. But the ride layout of this one does look really, really good. That drop alone, after the drop, if that makes sense. The second part, for me, is absolutely
I haven't
enough.
seen that particular turn, but I've seen the coaster itself.
Yeah, it just looks a stunning roller coaster. Not the tallest of its type, just a stunning roller coaster. Yeah, it's got the trick track.
I mean, the tallest of its type will add to it in the sense of for the people that are, because there's a lot of people that sort of get nervous or scared by a tilt track.
Yep.
So being that high up will add to it.
Yeah, it
will
will
add to the adrenaline.
Well, that'll add to the fact of tilt. People, you're right. People just tilt track.
Yeah.
People forget about Gringotts. I think when they talk about trick tracks, they always think about the 2 tilt coasters that are already open, or 3 now, I guess.
Yeah.
We're on the 3rd, and it is obviously a new generation one. And the Vekoma trains, all the new stuff is absolutely amazing from Vekoma.
Vekoma doing a good job.
So I think this is the coaster that I want to go for. Believe it or not.
I think there's 3 coasters to go there for, to be honest.
Now, do you want to talk about? We're saving the obvious ones for last.
Yeah,
because I've got a lot of opinions on that.
Yeah.
So let's talk about
Talk about Spitfire.
Spitfire.
So that is triple launch coaster.
Yeah.
Intamin.
Yeah.
Tallest top hat and tallest inversion in the world.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's going to be incredible.
That should be a good ride.
That should.
So that is your more comparable sort of Velocicoaster style ride.
Yeah. And I'm sure it's going to be absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah, it's...
I don't know how long it is in comparison to something like Velocicoaster.
I think it's about the same.
But it's triple launch as well.
Yeah.
But that tallest inversion, I mean, that's tall, that inversion. It's
It
260.
It is, it is massive. And
I mean,
that takes... was that held by Full Throttle, or is there another one that held that?
Not 100%.
I'm not 100%
One of the
sure.
tallest inversions is on Hyperion at Energylandia.
Yeah.
That's one of the tallest.
I'm sure Full Throttle might have held. I could be wrong. Kurt's going to have a quick check while we look at it. But Spitfire is, again, your typical roller coaster. This is something that parks would generally open, launch, nice layout, lots of airtime. It is kind of a typical coaster.
It's currently still curtain.
Oh, Steel Curtain. Yeah, I forgot about Steel Curtain. Yeah. But I would argue that Spitfire is, again, one of those coasters you're going to look at and go, actually, it's not... Again, I don't know whether they're going to have a big sign out the front to say, this has got the world's biggest inversion. Because, I mean, Fantasy Island don't for their suspended one, which they've got, obviously, the biggest suspended inversion, but I wouldn't expect them to do that. Yeah, you're right. You'll look at it and go, that looks a really good coaster.
Yeah.
For me, those two are the coasters.
And it's going to be, I mean, it's going to be massive to even look at. I mean, that inversion is taller than Hyperion's lift hill. It just shows how big it is. The inversion, I just double checked, 239.5 foot.
Yeah.
That's insane. It's 3.5 foot taller than Hyperion itself.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it like that...
As a launch coaster, and that's just the inversion. I mean, that is insane.
It's quite something. It's quite something. Now, I have to say, when the park was announced, I mean, I thought, why?
I think a lot of people didn't think it was actually going to happen.
No, I didn't think it was going to happen. When
that coaster would ever open.
No.
Falcons Flight especially. But...
Yeah. I just thought, why?
Yeah.
I still think why, to be honest.
I think it'd be busier than you think.
And it didn't look that big, but actually there's quite a lot there.
There is a reason.
So what else have we got there? We've got the GCI.
Yeah, so you got the GCI coaster, which is Colossus, I think.
Yeah, nothing spectacular.
It's not like
it's
not a record breaker, but
GCI
is a great coaster. Just look at Wicker Man.
Yeah, exactly. Heidi's a great ride.
Yeah.
White Lightning's not too bad.
Yeah.
They've got some good coasters out there. They
do.
That gyro swing.
It's 173 foot?
Yeah, Zamperla.
Tallest gyro swing in the world.
Gyro swing. Funny enough, when I heard they were doing a big gyro swing, I naturally assumed it was an Intamin. Naturally assumed.
Yeah.
I didn't think Zamperla made them quite
I assumed it was an Intamin until I Googled it.
And I've seen it going.
Yeah.
Now, funny enough, I think Six Flags you can't film on ride. I don't think that's changed out there. So apart from these dodgy unofficial POVs...
There is a few unofficial POVs already.
I don't believe anyone that's visited the park has been allowed to film anything. In fact, I think they run pretty much like Universal do, where you go to lockers first, everything goes in a locker, including your phone. You then go through like metal detection before you get on the rides.
Yeah.
So there's very little footage, to be honest, which I'm not against, because you are visiting the park. Adds a bit of mystique to it, like Phantasialand with Fly, for instance. You can't take anything into Fly whatsoever, so you don't know what it looks like. And I like that. I'm all over that. So with that, there's a water coaster.
Yeah, there's a water coaster.
Again, looks fairly basic, but, job. There's a dark ride, isn't there?
I believe so.
Yeah.
And you've got a Sirocco Tower as well, the other record breaker.
So you've got the Sirocco Tower. So that is the tallest freestanding
drop tower
in the world.
475 foot.
Yeah, so it would have been bigger than
insane.
The one at Icon Park, which was just over 400 foot. It would have been bigger than that one anyway.
Yeah.
Which I think the biggest freestanding one at the moment is still Falcon, isn't it?
It's got to be. I think it is.
Yeah, oddly, I think it is. Because although you've got loads of these fun time ones around, I don't think... I know the one from Icon Park didn't get reloaded. I think that got scrapped. So I don't think there's one that big.
I mean, and that is nearly 500 foot for a freestanding drop tower is insane.
Yeah, because they had the one on King Dakar, but it's not classed as a freestanding one. No, if it's attached to the side of the ride, they don't class it as freestanding. So I know there is others attached to the side of the ride as well.
And I would quite like to go on that.
Yeah, it doesn't interest me.
Probably hurt your neck, actually.
It would hurt my neck.
But, I mean, it would interest me.
Yeah.
That's a big drop.
It is a big drop.
It's a big drop. I can imagine that being quite nerve-wracking, sitting at the top of that.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, it depends how they run it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Now, let's get on to the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
It's got to be...
Falcons Flight.
Falcons Flight.
Yeah, I mean, it's just insane.
I mean, when they announced this coaster, it was like the Spiral one. Do you remember the Spiral? Was that going in Vegas, the one that was going to go down?
Yeah,
and it was just like, it's never...
And everyone thought, that won't happen.
It's never going to happen.
Here we are.
In a million years is that thing going to be built. Now, I have to say, when I saw Falcons Flight, I was like, never going to be built.
It's that drop off the cliff edge, isn't it?
But it is built.
Off the sort of hill.
Now, granted, I think... I don't think like the layout's changed, but I think the way the brakes and even the launches and everything works is very slightly different. I think it wanted it to drop off that cliff, where actually it goes off more like like Oblivion, for instance. It slows down to nothing and then drops you off. But of course, when you're hitting, it's got the most launches of any coaster in the world. It's a ridiculous amount of launches it's got, and you're going up that massive bunny hop, I guess you call it. He's going to be mad. The speed's going to be mad. I mean, the trains are the butt ugliest things I've ever seen. I don't care what little flashy lights they put on the front. But I will say, at the same time, having a windscreen rather than glasses, because, Formula Rosa and Ring Racer.
You got to wear glasses at the on the front row of Hyperion at Energylandia.
Yeah, that's a no from me.
I didn't go front row.
No, that's just a no from me.
I'm back row anyway.
I just don't. I don't want to do that on a roller coaster. So I quite like the way you don't have to on that.
Yeah.
That aside, it looks but ugly. I can't lie. It just looks but ugly.
Now, I think if you're going there, you're not going for the train.
Now, I heard a couple of months back, and I remember telling you that they were having problems with heat on the wheels.
I was not surprising.
Now, I think we go back to Dodonpa, which was the fastest launch coaster in the world.
Yeah.
Obviously couldn't use those wheels and ended up using aeroplane wheels.
Yeah.
So I was a bit surprised when they announced this, and I think it's always been a problem. Although, like Formula Rosa and Ring Racer launched quite quickly, they had brakes at the end of the launch. They weren't sustaining that speed for a long period of time. Where this one really is.
It is, yeah.
I actually don't know what the average speed of this coaster is. I don't think it's been announced.
I don't know the average speed.
But I imagine it's crazy. Because although you're dropping off the cliff really
crazy.
Yeah. What is it,
120...
It's more than that,
actually. Hang on.
More than that, isn't it?
Here we go. 155.
Yeah. I was going to say 120 is like what it was.
Yeah, 155 and then 639.8 foot.
Yeah. So, at 155 miles an hour, those wheels were getting hot. And everyone, I've mentioned it to a few people.
And the weather doesn't help.
Well, we'll get to that. But I mentioned that to a few people and they were like, oh, no, it's not a problem these days. And I was like, it is definitely a problem these days. Then, coincidentally, only a couple of weeks ago,
massive aircon unit.
Six Flags posted another world's first, Kurt. World's first cooling system for the wheels for Falcons Flight. Yeah. And oh my God, it is literally like having massive air fans blowing onto these wheels every time it gets back to the station. So I'd heard initially that it was doing a test run and the wheels were too hot.
Which makes sense.
You had to wait 20 minutes for it to cool down. And I said it to some people and they went, rubbish, I don't know where you've heard this. And I heard it from an insider. And, we don't have many insiders, but I heard it from an insider. And then all of a sudden, 2 weeks later, they're like, look what we've installed. Which absolutely confirms what that was. 100% confirms it. You're not installing those if you don't need them.
Exactly.
Now, I don't know.
Costly.
They are. Yeah. I mean, money doesn't seem to be an issue out there.
No.
So much, but...
It will when it comes to running the park and making a profit, though. That's the thing.
No, they don't. This is the problem. So first, let's look at the weather.
Yeah.
Now, height of summer, 41 to 44.
Yeah.
That is hot.
Yeah.
That is hot.
Which hinders their opening times.
We'll get to opening times as well, because opening times are not good any time of the year.
No.
Now, over Christmas...
Well, when I looked for, the next few weeks, it's 21 degrees.
Yes. Which is all right.
Yeah. I mean, the coaster should be able to run without that cooling system.
Yes. No. Because
the wheels will get hot.
No, well, that's the problem. The cooling system is not there because of the climate. The cooling system is there because the wheels don't operate very well. Don't operate continuously at that temperature without melting. That's what Dodonpa had a problem with, and that's why it used aircraft wheels.
But it will help for the rest of the rides as well. That general being 21 degrees rather than 40.
Yes, still the other rides aren't going. And you could argue in Florida they're running at that. that level. But it is going to be hot there.
It's going to be hot.
During the summer. Now, their opening times are something to be desired.
4 p.m. opening.
Yeah.
Even when it's 21 degrees.
Yeah.
I mean, when it's 21 degrees, I don't get why it can't be 10.
No. So it is either
Doesn't really make
4
any
till
difference.
midnight or 4 till 1.
Yeah, but in the summer, it's still going to be in the 30s after 4.
Yeah.
Considering the hottest point of the day is between like 2 and 4.
Well, I don't know when sunset is there because people think it's about Florida.
I mean, it's
and
gonna be a
obviously
little
in
bit
Florida
different,
by
I suppose.
5:30, it's like, although it's not cold,
it's still boiling.
the sun's down and it's better to operate. So because of that, they are doing late operations.
Yeah.
4 o'clock opening.
Good for night rides.
Would be great for night rides. Yeah.
All year round night rides.
Not great for getting shots of the rides, I'd argue.
No.
But they open at 4 o'clock, and we've checked the opening times. They open at 4 o'clock, and they shut it
There's
either
no
12.
exceptions by the looks of it.
They shut it either 12 or 1. So actually, they are only open 8-9 hours as well.
Yeah.
They're not open. If one of our parks opens for 8 hours during the summer, they get absolutely crucified.
Yeah.
But that's what
It still happens regularly.
that's what they're doing. That is what they're doing. So I was a bit surprised. I kind of get they're not open during the day.
Yeah. Well, they are going to be less busy as well. So 8 hours, you've still got plenty of time.
Yeah, you probably have.
You'd have thought.
Right. So how busy do we think the park's going to be?
I don't think it's going to be heaving. It's definitely not going to be heaving.
So they've announced that opening day is sold out in a couple of days.
I don't know how busy sold out is there.
That's a good question.
You'd hope it's not rammed for the first couple of days, because I think there could still be problems with some of those rides.
The previews looked okay.
Yeah.
There was no reports that I've seen of downtime.
The only problem is if you open Falcons Flight and it has downtime, you're going to have problems. So the more tickets that you sell, the more refunds you're going to have to give if something chaotic goes wrong.
Apparently, Falcons Flight will not open until the 31st. So there's
I
continuous.
get that. It's just being safe.
I mean, we're only a couple of days away from the 31st. We're now sort of a week or so away. We're slightly in advance. And thus far, I think all the rides have opened at some point, and people have been on all the rides, except Falcons Flight will not open until the 31st. So there's going to be more previews, and there will have been more previews, but that ride will not open until that day, which I'm a little bit surprised they don't want to get operations in on it before the 31st.
No, I kind of see why they're doing it.
But no reports so far of downtime. Now, the previews didn't look busy.
No.
But that's probably by design. You'd argue some of the Epic previews were quite quiet.
Some of, and some were way oversold.
Some were, they didn't quite gauge that quite right.
No, they didn't.
But how big, there's going to be the initial rush. There is going to be enthusiasts from across the world, probably from the UK.
I think January will actually be quite busy. Because firstly, a lot of the people that don't want to experience 40-degree heat from abroad will go then because it's low 20s. Secondly, you're looking at £150 to £200 returns from places like the UK. Compared to £500 returns in the summer. So I could see why a lot of people will want to go in January. So I think the first month's going to be quite busy.
You think it'll be quite busy?
I think so.
Okay. What about the location of it is the location of it. If you want to go, you want to go. The cost. So there's a few hidden costs.
There is.
And I don't think transport, by the looks of things,
well, no, we looked, and even saying if we're saying in Riyadh, wasn't it? You're like sort of 45 minute to an hour Uber away.
Yeah.
It's only £25 when you convert it back.
Yeah.
And that's quite good.
That's not too bad.
For that sort of distance, that's quite good.
You need a visa.
You do.
So it's important. And it does look like you can go to knockoff sites for visas as well. By the looks of things.
Oh, it's really weird.
It's
official
not,
ones were what, looking about 130 quid?
Yeah, and you can get it when
you
can get it when you get there. I don't know if I've ever recommend that.
It's a long way to go to be
So I think
away.
you're looking for decent flights. You're probably looking about 200 quid, probably
in off peak.
In off peak, and
Peak-
you are
peak
looking.
is about 500
it's about
from what I
£500. You are then looking at a visa, which you're going to add at least £100 on for.
Yeah.
You're then looking at transport from the airport.
Yeah.
To where you're probably staying, and then you're probably going to add another £50 to £100 for transport total.
Yeah, when you include the way back.
Yeah, and then tickets are about 100 quid.
No, they're less than that.
Are they less than that?
They're less than that. I have got the exact conversion from.
We got the conversion.
325 of Saudi.
Yeah.
So £64.91.
£64.91, which arguably isn't too bad.
No, £64.91.
So yeah, it's not. I think you could probably do it in a day. Whether or not you want to do it in a day if you're going out there, I don't really know.
I think I want to spend 2 days in the park. I would.
Yeah, you probably
because
would.
it's not something that you're going to go out and do a lot. So you want a few rides on each of your favourites.
Well, probably again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'd want to spend 2 days at the park.
Yeah.
Which makes it a 3 or 4 day trip because of the flights.
Yeah, that's it. So hotels as well. So
Hotels, so we looked and you can get hotels from like 50 quid. But we would want to kind of...
Some of them looked a bit iffy.
Yeah. We were looking at reviews.
Yeah.
Obviously. And there was some that were sort of £80 to £100 with quite good reviews.
Yeah.
We said that we'd be tempted by something like Hilton because we know it's...
Which is about £130 a night. Yeah.
Yeah. But obviously, the more nights that you stay, that rate does go down per night, which does help.
Yeah.
If you're staying a few nights.
I think your hardcore enthusiasts will go. And I'm not saying we're not hardcore
Especially
enthusiasts.
if you go as a group and you split the costs.
Yeah.
If you go as a group of, say, 4 of you and you can fit in a 5-seat Uber with the driver.
Yeah.
And you split all of these costs, you are going to save a lot of money.
Yeah, things like Ubers and transport you will. Yeah. Undoubtedly.
And rooms as well.
Saudi has always been the place, and I think everyone knows there's a lot of money there, and a lot of our really good rides, particularly from Mellors, went over to Saudi.
Yeah.
Now some of them are starting to come back, and you've only got to look at the Football League to realise that it doesn't matter how much money you throw at things, very limited interest.
Yeah, it hasn't filled the stadiums, has it?
It's only got, an average attendance of like 600 people in these stadiums.
Which is quite poor.
Which is poor. Now,
it is.
I'm sure there are locals.
Yeah.
I get there's locals.
Yeah. I think it'd be a little bit different to football. I think more people want to go than will want to go to that, for instance. Yeah, I do.
Because they've stopped going to the fairs.
It's less...
Which is why rides are being pulled back.
Yeah.
And, they've got some of the best rides out there.
Although they're quite expensive, I think. And by the time you've paid to go on a handful of these big fair rides, you may as well get a ticket to Six Flags.
You've still got to get out there.
You do.
The problem is, we're saying it's cheap. And although the country is quite rich as a country, it doesn't necessarily mean everyone in it is.
No, it doesn't.
Which is part of the problem. I don't know. They are relying on people coming from across the world.
Which I think certainly the first year.
They border Iran and Kuwait and Iraq. I mean, it's like...
Yeah.
Yeah, I can think... I'm not going to name them. Mm-hmm. I can think of a few world people that are going to go to it.
Yeah.
Undoubtedly.
I can think of quite a few that I think will go.
I not have it on my list of places to visit.
I've got places that are before it on the list.
Yeah.
Places where I think I might even have a better time than half the price.
I would actually, because I'd like to go to all the Disneylands. I know a lot of people have been to Disney in China and things. Yeah. China's one of those where you got to plan very carefully.
Yeah.
I'd rather go there. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. Now, maybe I've got the wrong perception of this. Maybe, and I know the Saudis have really gone out, and I'm nothing against them at all.
No.
Really gone out to get it done. But when you're looking at like transport links, you would think they would go, right, centre of Riyadh, main bus, train, but a direct train, got all this money, get on this train, get to the park.
Yeah.
Not catch an Uber.
Yeah, I haven't really looked, but I'm assuming there's no coaches going from Riyadh Airport or Riyadh City Centre to the park.
And so far nothing has been announced.
The park could offer those.
Yeah, so far I've had a look, nothing's been announced. That's not to say when they open there won't be something that comes out. But again, with everything they've got going on, I'm just a little bit baffled they haven't gone, right, we want tourists to come in. This is where you apply for your visa.
Yeah.
You say on your visa, you are coming to visit Six Flags.
Yeah.
We then have, I believe they are building a hotel. It's not ready. It's going to be attached to their water park.
It is opening late. Yeah. It's not opening on.
So it's like, these are our partners.
Yeah.
These are the places we're saying, come and stay here. You're going to have a great time. It's going to be amazing. And from there, we will get you transport to the park because it's about 45 minutes.
Yeah. So even if they said, we're working with Hilton in the city centre, we will run coaches from there, this hotel, this hotel.
Yeah. Because ultimately,
it's not been quite clear.
Disney do packages. Places, obviously Universal do packages and things where you get transport included. And this park is in the middle of nowhere.
An hour away from a city
in a country that a lot of people are a bit apprehensive to visit. Yeah. And I don't feel, I'm looking through the Six Flags site and I'm like, well, how do we get there? Because I did consider it. I thought, well, I'll tell you what, actually.
Yeah, we did have a look.
We did have a look. I was like, if we can get there for and get it all done for 350 quid, actually that's incredible. Yeah. But it's just so many question marks. Now, I know people will risk it, and I know people will go, don't worry about it, just get an Uber.
Yeah.
I'll send some of their cars out there. You know,
you'd still think the Uber standard.
You would like to think it is. You would like to think it is. You know, and you'd want to take your partner.
Yeah.
You'd have to be very careful on what you dress. Obviously, There are rules and regulations.
You would have to go covered.
You would have to adhere to their society, which is fine.
If you visit in somewhere like January and it's low 20s or December low 20s, then you can wear sort of long sort of baggy-ish trousers that aren't going to overheat you and a long sleeve top or something, and you'll be okay. But 40 degrees covering up might be a problem. I think it'll be quieter there in the summer because I think there are a lot of people that won't want to come over for that heat.
I think it'll be very quiet there in the summer. And don't get me wrong, I completely respect that's what they do. That is what it is. You know, there's no arguing about that. That's what they do. I respect that 100% when we go out there. But I just feel like, you know, and I guess the Six Flags in America has always been sort of hounded a bit for, you know, not great operations and not great communication and this and that and this and that. I just feel there's a missed opportunity here because it doesn't look like you can fly in with very. I mean, I know Virgin fly there, for instance.
Virgin are the only people that fly direct that we looked at.
But there's no holiday packages, is there?
No.
You know, they're not. And you can get packages to like Europa Park and Phantasialand, and then they've got on-site hotels. And even if they're
with coaches and everything.
Not only that, they have hotels recommended to say, actually, stay here.
Yeah.
And we'll shuttle you
across. Even if it's not one of their own. You know, all the major parks have that. And this wants to be taken as a major, major park. And it is a long way away. You know, from America, it's got to be a 14-hour flight. You know, from us, it's a 6-7 hour flight. Well, you stop over. You got swap planes, haven't you? Unless you go Virgin.
Not with Virgin go direct.
And then you'll take an 11 to 13 hours.
Yeah, this is it. I mean, so you would just like to think, when you get the other end, you're not getting off going, I think I can get this. I think the Uber will be available. I think I'm staying here. I don't know how reliable Ubers are. Obviously, we've looked at the prices and gone, oh, they're okay. You know, it's affordable. Good are they? Yeah. I don't know how reliable and how many of them there are. No. Especially that want to drive an hour out of the way. Well, this is it. I mean, you might be all right. I'm sure in Riyadh city centre in the airport, I bet you can get one really easily. It's a big city and obviously it's quite a rich place. But I don't know about getting out an hour away. You would just like to think they're prepared for it. I'm not getting the vibe. I'm just not getting the vibe that anyone's turning around and saying, we're prepared for an influx of people. Yeah. And it's disappointing, really, because I would love to go and ride some of these rides. Oh, yeah. I just don't see... So at least 4 or 5 rides. And I guess it opens in a couple of days, so I guess we'll start getting reports back from real people. I'm not saying the influencers that are going aren't real people, but we'll get... Your generic public, which are chancing some of these, trying out the method exactly, to see how easy it is. You know, some people might come back and go, actually, we flew into Riyadh, we got an Uber to our hotel was good, we got an Uber to the park, no issues, got on everything we wanted. And that will make us go... And I'll go, all right. Next quiet season, or when it's a bit cooler, we might look and go, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, exactly. So, and you know, if I hear that in the first couple of weeks, I might think, oh, hang on a moment. Mid-January. Yeah, mid-January, weekend day. Let's go on out there. Yeah, it's not beyond the realms, but at the moment, I'm just not feeling that they're doing enough to say, come and visit this park. But all might change very quickly. Yes. Because they'll get feedback as well, and there'll be all these videos and other people's blogs and posts. Yeah. And I think we'll find out a lot of the answers. The problem is, it's not like America. Six Flags in America, and I know they've had other parks around as well. The transport's easy. The country's, you know, there's no places to avoid in the country. You just get in a car and drive. Yeah. It doesn't feel like, I don't know how you rent a car out there. I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can. From the airport, I would have thought. Yeah. Sure it's just not that clear. Okay, so there are some rides there. Yeah. I still think Falcons Flight is unreal. It is. To a point where feel real still, I don't know how that's going to fare once it's opened. I think the rest of them will be absolutely fine. They're all within the boundaries of everything that's been tried and tested. I don't know how Falcons Flight is going to fare. Hopefully. And it will be interesting to see how that fares. Because I think, again, that will play a part in how good their year is. Yes, it will. Because if that ends up a little bit like Top Thrill 2 in its first year, for instance, where it's a bit trial and error with some of these things, and, you know, 2 weeks into opening, they go, they can't open for the rest of the year. Yeah. I mean, that's them. That's their attendance dropping massively. People will cancel holidays, all sorts. So I think if their ride availability and reliability is good, it's going to help them have a good year. So the other thing is as well, obviously, Intamin have built this. Yeah. Now, Intamin, a huge company. Yeah. However, you know, Arrow took on big things that went wrong, went bankrupt. Some other companies have done the same. If there's a massive problem with this, and I imagine Intim have been paid stupid money for this. You know, are the Saudis going to go, well, actually, you need to fix it at your cost? Or are they going to go, well, let's throw a bit more money at it because it was an unrealistic project?
I think there could be a bit of both.
I mean, is it a realistic coaster? I appreciate it's built and it's going round, but is it a realistic coaster?
I think in a cooler country, yes.
Yeah, okay.
I think in a cooler country, yes.
Yeah.
I think maybe the location adds to it being a little bit less realistic.
Yeah.
I mean, if that was in I think if that was in America even, like in a lot of places, it's like even if that was in Florida, say at Busch Gardens, just for instance, if anyone's going to do something like that, it's going to be them out there.
Yeah.
Then I think you'd be all right. You might still need a cooling system at points and things.
I think you would.
But as a general rule, with the weather, I think you'd be better off than it being 40s every day in the summer.
Yeah, I mean, we saw some videos of it sort of tested.
Yeah.
But not, I don't think it was in the height of summer.
No, I don't think it was.
It will be interesting. It will be
Towards
interesting.
the end of.
Undoubtedly will be interesting. Do we think the park's going to be a success? Long term, who's visiting this park?
It's difficult.
Because I think people will go and get the creds.
They will. There'll be a lot of enthusiasts that go.
It is really, really easy to get in and out. The visa, I mean, the visa's an off-put. I know, a visiting visa at £100+ is like, what?
That's a lot of money.
You know,
And that's for a single visit.
That's for a single visit,
I mean, at least when you pay like 40 quid or whatever for an Esther to go to Florida, it covers you for a year or two. 2 years. 2 years, yeah, exactly. So I would have got 3-4 trips out of mine, and you'll get a couple. And it makes it a little bit more worth it when you break it down. But
£100 a visit. And I know you can get 6-month ones, but the problem is you're doing it in advance. So you're going to have to get a single one to begin with, because if it all goes absolute rubbish out there,
you're not going to go back.
You ain't going back.
I mean, if you have amazing time and you do it on a good budget,
then you go back.
And it's all really easy. If that lasted a year, you might go, I can go twice in a year, make that worth it. But it's just difficult. I think there'll be far more answers when the ball's rolling and when people have been, I think.
I think it will have a good couple of months.
I think it'll have a good first year.
And I think it will just fade off into obscurity.
Yeah.
I just can't see anything else happening to it. I can't see it.
I think it'll have a first good year. I don't think it'll be a disaster.
The problem is, out there, is that much like with the football, they're happy to throw money at it even if no one's there. And they'll continue to do so. They will. They'll just throw money at it.
But there'll be a point where they have to cut back a little bit if that happens.
No, they won't.
Because football, they've started coming back.
Well, they've started.
They have
stopped signing.
Well, less people wanting to go. Yeah,
they've stopped signing some of the big players, realising that actually they're not gonna.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not gonna play. I don't know.
I think it'll be. I think the first year especially will be fun.
The whole thing is an ambitious project.
It is very,
and I think some of the rides look incredible.
They do.
I'm not sure about Falcons Flight.
Yeah.
I'd give it a ride, obviously. It's not something I'm particularly worried about riding.
No.
But I'm just not sure about it. And to be fair as well, I know people are going to shoot me for this. It does look like there's quite a lot of dead spots.
But there's only so much you can do with a coaster of that size.
That's the problem. You can't twist. It's not turning. I don't think it's got any inversions, is it?
No. You can't do that.
No.
Not 155 miles an hour.
Well, it depends when you add them,
obviously.
Of course, yeah. But, it just looks like there's a lot of... And I know you're going fast, and they are definitely going on the speed of this.
Yeah. Speed, length.
And then some people might say that about Stealth, Top Thrill. But, I mean, Top Thrill's got the backwards launch.
Yeah.
Which is apparently incredible.
Yeah.
It's the initial launch. This isn't going to have that... It's going to have a launch, obviously, but it's just going to... I don't know. I'm just looking at the video
I still think that pace will feel unreal.
Yeah, it will go quick.
And when you look down, I think... I'm about to drop 600 foot.
I mean, that is, that is something.
That's triple the height of anything, or over double the height of anything we've been on.
Yeah. Well, over here, I mean...
That's insane.
Yeah, over here, definitely. But I don't know. It's
hard to say, but I think the first year will be good.
It opens in a couple of days.
Yeah.
And it's sold out on the first day.
And I'm looking forward to seeing
I expected that, and I can't wait to see it. I've not seen any of the big enthusiasts say they are going for opening day.
I think there's going to be a couple that just secretly
disappear
out there without really saying anything.
Are going, I'd be expecting like Coaster Studios to be there.
Expecting them to
particularly be there. I could be completely wrong, but I expect them to be there.
Yeah. Or at least go in the first few weeks.
I mean, to be fair, I say be there. I don't know anyone that would want to go on New Year's Eve, particularly. into another country. I wouldn't want to. I'd like to be at home and then go probably a week later. But I am expecting people to go.
People like that to go in the first.
And then once I've seen it, and then hopefully it's an honest review and they're paying. Dare I say paying for it? I know it sounds horrible, but when you get free tickets, you are always a bit nicer.
Yeah, you're naturally a little bit.
So
nicer.
I kind of want to see it.
Not for everyone, but most people.
No, generally you are, and then kind of see what it's all about. Yeah. But you know, it's on your list to do.
I would like to go out there.
Yeah, see, I don't know.
But we'll see how it goes.
I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Right, so Six Flags, it opens in a couple of days' time. If you are looking to go to Six Flags, you know, you've got to bear in mind the opening hours. You've got to bear in mind you are going blind at the moment with transport.
Yeah.
It is now the time is to visit in the next month or so, to be honest. It will be hot. Dress code, visa. A lot of things to consider that you might not consider visiting your local European park or indeed, you know, parks in the States and things.
Yeah.
Guys, let us know. Let us know in comments. Let us know
if any of you go.
You know, by email. Are you planning to go? Have you booked to go? Have you been? In the next, you know, by the time you've heard this, we want to hear that. So leave them in the comments on the YouTube channel. We would definitely love to know what your experiences are if you're not, you know, a vlogger or anything and you're not really covering it. Anything else to add on this project?
No, I don't think so.
No, it's something.
It is
something.
ambitious.
We will be back next Tuesday. Tuesday, we will finish off our year review for 2025. It'll be a brand new year. We'll be in 2026, but we will finish off the rest of the UK and the other parks that we didn't cover under Merlin, which was last week, if you haven't tuned in for that. But thank you for tuning in. Please share this. Please, we're brand new and we want to get it out there.